Welcome everyone to my new educational material for TickTick Trader New Trading Rules for 2025 Fully Explained. I'd like to walk you through the process, share with you the details, and put together my own opinion as well. Before we get into the topic, make sure to check out my own prop firm discussion Discord community where we together contribute for a better experience. At the same time, we talk about TickTick Trader. So for any max discount available, Scramble is the coupon code. Don't forget, we're talking about the top prop firm for instant straight to funded in the industry right now. It's the best. If you look at their Trustpilot, it's the best. And it's an extreme competitor of the best prop firm in the industry as well, considering all the other services, right? So this is something that everyone should know about. Let's get into the trading rules. This is the official email I received with the update, coming all the rules together right there. And we're gonna slowly walk you through the process. At TickTick Trader, we are committed to fostering a sustainable trading environment while ensuring fairness for all our traders as part of our efforts to address gamification and gambling. As trading style, we would like to inform you about the following effective January 1st, 2025 rules. Number 1, reducing the maximum number of direct accounts. Traders can now hold a maximum of 3 direct accounts. It was 5. It is still 5. The time I'm filming, as you can see, is 28th of December 2024. So there's still a couple of days left for you to make sure you grab the maximum 5 and you're sitting on the current rules. You can now have 5. So if you still want to have 5, and if you want to take advantage of this, then this is the time for you till the end of 2024, so till the end of the year, to grab your account, to max out basically. You can do that. Scramble coupon code allows you for the max discount available on their page. Link is in the comments area. Coupons are there and everything needed. Great. From that point, it's going to be max 3. For those of you that will have at that point, starting by January 1st, more than 3, it's not an issue. You can use them. They're not going to be, removed. You can use them until you are moved or they are moved to live or terminated, right? However, you will not be able to purchase more. For example, if you will have 4, you're no longer going to be able to have another one for 5 after January 1st or starting by January 1st. Unless you're under the 3 account limit. So you will be able to start buying again when you will have 0, 1, or 2 accounts, right? Great. This is the first change they're having. So from 5 to 3 direct accounts. Direct accounts are the straight to funded, the ones you get funded from the beginning. Now, guess what? Well, it's something that I also suggested this company and suggest all the prop firms that are running on instant funded not to have more than 3 instant funding direct accounts to their clients, because this is the most sustainable number for the company. And that's it. This is the most important thing. Questioning the valuable side of the trader, well, indeed, I guess with 3 accounts, we can still make a lot of the money, right? So if we consider that, 6 payouts until we are moved to live, if we apply 6 payouts to 3 accounts to the best type of account available, which is the 150K right now, that's the best account available, sits around $450 per piece and allows you to take out $3,000. With a 90 to 10 split on that, you get $2,700. So you pay about $450 approximately, and you get $2,700 on a payout. That's great. If you get $2,700 on a payout and you got 3, this is pretty much allowing you, and let me just do the math here, 2,700 times 3, it's $8,100. which is possible after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever trading days. $8,100 times 6, it is $48,600 right there, close to 50 grand basically on 6 sessions of payouts. That's, a good budget basically to move into a nice trading model for sure. You also have the 250k accounts, but they're a little more expensive. The payout there is a little bit bigger per each account. So of course, $3,600 is the payout you receive there for each account, and that's a little different. Of course, 3,600 times 3 is already 10,800, times 6 is 64 grand. So difference of about $16,000-$17,000 between these ones. This is what it is at the moment. Great. So this is something that I embrace, and I also suggested, and I also enjoy. Even though, if you think about, personally, on all sides, I'll make less money, right? So instead of trading with 5 accounts, you only trade with 3. But I better trade with 3 for a much longer period of time and have other people as well having the time to trade with 3. Because this is very important. When you talk about prop firms, it's not just about yourself, guys. It's more about the community of trading. This is why we're here making these videos, to construct a helpful, a strong community of trading, to learn how to trade and to be able to take advantage of this great, business model we have in a very positive way, which is called the trading. Great. Account type selection. Number 2 rule. Trader must choose between evaluation performance accounts or direct accounts. Holding both simultaneously will no longer be allowed. This is not something that's going to affect you or the majority of you for sure. My community is working with direct accounts, right? So you're not working with those evaluation challenges, the majority of you. The idea here is that you're no longer going to be able to, hold both simultaneously. This rule applies only to new accounts. Existing accounts can continue to be traded as usual. Keep in mind, this particular part refers to January 1st, number 1 and number 2, right? This specific part, starting by effective January 1st, 2025. Now, moving towards to the second section, I'm going to separate this. New direct account rules effective January 21st, 2025. A grace period will be granted until January 21st, 2025 to help traders transition smoothly to new rules as follows. Let's get to them. Number 1, profit target per payout cycle. Starting from the second payout, trader must achieve a 2% profit target of the account size per cycle, respecting the 20% consistency and maintaining the balance above the threshold. There are no changes to the first payout conditions. So the profit targets for your second and any subsequent trading cycle are the following. 100k core direct accounts, 2,000, because 2,000 is actually 2% of the 100k, 3,000 for the 150k, and then 5,000 for the 250k. What does it mean compared to how do we trade today, for example? Well, this is also not going to affect around 90% of the people, because you simply reach to the point of making the money you're actually cashing out. And this is exactly how it has been for, like I said, 90% of you, even up to date. You were making with 150k, which is the most popular account. You have to make $7,500 with that one. That's where your payout threshold, $7,500. You got to $7,500, you cashed out $3,000, you remain with $4,500. So from $4,500, You still need to do your $3,000 to get back on 7,500 and then cash out. This is not changing that at all. It's just that this is changing you if you make a lot more in the first cycle, right? So if you make more in the first cycle, not just the minimum where you have your payout threshold. If you make more, then obviously this is no longer the same. But the question is, do you actually have to make more under these conditions? You're not obligated to make more. You have a payout threshold level. That's what you have to achieve. And that's it, right? It's 5% basically for all the accounts. 5% of the size, that's where the payout threshold is set. If you make 7 or 8, there's just going to be buffer indeed. But in this case scenario, it will not help you that in your second and third cycles, you earn a lot less. No, you still have to do this, 2% profit target, which makes sense because like I told you, 90% of the people just get to the threshold and that's it. They cash out. So they obviously, just like before, just like right now, you still have to produce those 2% again. Beautiful. Not a big deal. Like I told you, this is simply just putting clearly the number right there, something that we have been already producing. There are some examples here which are speaking exactly what I've been talking to you. Live funded account cap. This is interesting. To ensure steady and healthy transition to live, we're introducing a cap on live funded accounts. Depending on the account type you have, this is basically allowing you to have a such cap on live funded accounts. For example, 150K, the cap is going to be set on $15,000 or $25,000 for the 250K, right? So these are the numbers basically for the live trading cap that are announced. This rule does not apply to traders who have already transitioned to live accounts or started the onboarding process. Keep that in mind. If a trader transitions to live trading account before completing the 6th payout cycle, he/she will receive 1. Their live funded account balance, 2. Any remaining potential payouts which can be withdrawn or added to their live account balance. 3 examples below. Number 1, John trades 250K account and after his 6th payout his balance is 265. His live account balance will be kept at $15,000. Mark trades a 250 account and after his 6th payout his balance is going to be 280 grand. His live account balance will be kept at 25 grand. Right, this is the maximum you can have. And obviously for John, for example, number 1, he receives 15K because he's 15K above 250, which is the starting balance at the time you bought, right? He's 15K above, he gets his 15K. The, Mark is 30K above, but you're capped at 25 grand. So if you have 50K or 80K above the starting balance when you're moved to live after 6th payout, you're still going to receive what you're capped on a 25 grand for a 250K. The third example trades a 250K account and after his 3rd payout, the risk management team decides to transition this trader account to live. His balance is 270K. And so his live account transition with 20K plus a 12K payout he can withdraw or add to his live account. Right? So this is already a representation, so he's moving live with a 20K plus a 12K payout he can withdraw or add to his live account. Please note that the drawdown for direct accounts will remain intact. Beautiful. This is pretty much all, guys. This is pretty much all. You can join for live discussion on the official TickTick Traders Discord. It is Monday the 13th. 2024 at 6 p.m. UTC time. This is a great opportunity to connect, ask questions, discuss this update in detail, and participate in exciting giveaways. Like I told you, The 100K and 150K discount is scramble. You can use the coupon code directly on their official website, which works fine. And we are riding to the next level, right? So one thing that I consider here might challenge some people is basically the profit targets for those of you that are making a lot in the first cycle. You still have to produce your 2% in your second cycle, right? So making much more than the profit, threshold is helping you in one way, but that do not eliminate the necessity of still producing 2% basically of the account size in your next and subsequent cycles. This is what it is. So in a nutshell, if you're asking me personally, is it needed to make more than the profit threshold? The answer from a trader for me is not needed. Make as much as a profit threshold. Because here, for example, the first payout in the example shared, for a guy that has a 100K account, grows their balance to 109. He needs to make just 105. That's where the payout threshold is, on 5%, right? So he made $4,000 more than the threshold. He cashes out $2,000, leaving 107. Second payout, the trader must achieve at least 2,000, right? Because that's the mark in profit balance. So he must get back to 109 in this case scenario before he can cash out his 2,000. But if he would have earned 105, cashed out 2,000 in the first cycle, he would have remained with 103. It's different than remaining with 107, like in their example. Of course, with 107, you have a better advantage and you're better to continuously increase, but the only question is if you can do this, right? This is the only question. If you can do these things, it's always much better to have resources in the account, much more than the minimal limits. But the question is whether you're able to do that or not. And this is obviously a very particular situation. If you have that ability, of course, do it and go for it. If you consider you're not having that ability, and it's not really the time to force it, then you're just simply at a time they will request you to be the minimum with a payout threshold. That's the minimum, 5K, 5%. I've reached that. I'm leaving the boat. In other words, I will go for a payout request. This is possible too, guys. So there's many ways. You can build buffer, you cannot build buffer. This is up to you, of course. Third payout and beyond, the same approach applies. You have to do that target. So if you're always making, for example, for such account, more than 2,000 each cycle, you're building yourself a nice buffer that you can have at a time you're going into live trading. But keep in mind, you're going to be limited to $10,000 for your live trading, right? That's where the cap is for the 100K. The big value is on the 250K Zenith accounts, right? But most of the time, they're not discounted in terms of the price. And it's a little bit different, of course, working with such numbers. You have to be a bit better. Great, fellas. That's where we are. This is the current situation. By far, the best instant funding, direct funding prop firm existing right now, comparing to the competition out there. You have to look at the numbers. The numbers will tell you the chances. The numbers will tell you basically how hard you have to fight for specific amounts of money. And of course, if you look into the company, we are not a startup in terms of what we're looking at, TickTick Trader. It's not a startup. If you look at the other, when you have 6,349 reviews, you're having a lot. And it's just, an amazing ratio here of reviews in terms of the way they're distributed. If I compare this thing, take a look at that, fellas. TickTick Trader has 1% of 1 star. My funded futures, which a lot of you guys are saying it's, a top company, it's 6% of the reviews representing a 1 star. So I guess you're surprised about that for sure. And of course, the reviews are 1,917. Compared to 6,300, that's a hell of a difference. And then TopStep, a lot of you are saying TopTap is top. It's not bad for sure, TopStep. It's a different product. The idea here is that they also have a 6% 1 star. These guys are sitting on the 1% 1 star. We're speaking about a whole different level, guys. Enjoy. For those of you that would like to grab with a max discount, the link the coupon code, everything is in the comments area. It's pinned right there with all the promotions existence, with all the available things. You can still have access to this particular part, by forcing what max 5 accounts, as long as you grab your 5 accounts before 2024 ends, because otherwise, things are no longer going to be active for you starting by 2025 in terms of 5 accounts, just 3. Great. Enjoy, guys. Have a good time. We'll talk to you soon. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments area as well. Put together your ideas right there and we'll take it forward to the next level. 2025 is going to be amazing. I'll have more videos. I'm going to compare the current situation, the way it is basically, with other platforms as well, and share with you the great benefits of TickTick Trader in comparison. Enjoy. We'll talk to you soon.